Hey, what's up guys? What's up my friends? How are you beautiful people doing today? Hope you're having an amazing day. I just want to make a quick little introduction for this video. I recently gave a talk, my Toastmasters class, and this speech was probably I think it was my fourth speech, all about fear and why fear limits us from doing so many things, whether that's making money online or building relationships, going and approaching someone you want to talk to, really whatever it is. So on this talk that I gave 2 specific strategies to overcome fear and not let that stop you, so that when fear does come up, actually overcome it rather than be succumbed by it, because that's one of the biggest things that stops people from making money, building a business, building relationships, building whatever it is, success in their life. It stops us from so many things, and the reality is that fear is always going to be there, but what you need to do is be able to overcome that fear. So again, I give you 2 specific things. It's a quick little talk, about 5-6 minutes, and it'll help you overcome fear. So without further ado, let's jump into the video.
Perfect. Alrighty. Before we get started, I want to do a quick little demonstration. I have this $20 bill, and I was wondering who wants it. There we go. Give him a round of applause. So why did Jardin just make $20? But he took action, right? Now let me ask just real quickly, why were some of you that didn't come up, why didn't you come up? Straight. Okay. Is there any chance that it could be some level of fear? I think that fear is one of the biggest reasons that stops people from taking action. And obviously, taking action is where the money's at. You can't just wish for a Ferrari in your driveway and it's going to show up. Not unless you live at the bottom of a hill, right? Smiley Blanton even goes to the extent to say that fear is the most destructive and subtle disease out there. Now, whether you agree with that or not, there's some truth to it. Because they say that the richest place in the world is the graveyard, because that's the place where there's the most people that didn't take action, they let fear overcome them, and they didn't go after their dreams. So fear will always be there. I want to show you 2 specific ways to overcome fear here today. So the first one is, there's a guy by the name of Greg Plitt. He recently passed. He was a fitness expert and model. He had the great metaphor, fear is a parasite. You can kill it in an instant when it first comes into your body. But if you let it grow, you sit there, it feeds on the host, it's fueled by confidence, and eventually it's going to paralyze you from taking any type of action. Mel Robbins talks about this all the time in her book, The 5-Second Rule. I strongly recommend anybody pick that up. But she says, when you get that inclination, you start feeling that fear, you have 5 seconds to take action, otherwise your brain's going to talk you out of it. She has a technique where you count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take action. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, step up and do table topics. The strategy is take action quickly, or you're likely not going to do it because your brain's going to talk you out of it. The second strategy, let me share a quick little story here. There was a lady that was about 60 pounds overweight. She loved processed foods, she hated exercising, she loved TV, but she still wanted to lose the weight. Not the best combination out there. And she would go to all these doctors and they would say the same thing. Cut out processed foods and start exercising. But the problem with that, with this lady, she's 60 pounds overweight, it triggered her amygdala, which is our fight or flight part of our brain. It's the same part that keeps us alive, keeps us safe. Just like our ancestors, they'd see a saber-toothed tiger and they wouldn't go pet it, they'd run away because their brain told them to do that. So when the doctors were telling her, go exercise, go eat right, it was the same thing happening. Her amygdala was firing, the brake was pulled, and said, hey, there's a saber-toothed tiger, we're not going anywhere near that. Except she found another doctor that had a different approach. He said, okay, so you like watching TV, right? She said, yeah. All right, here's what we're gonna do. While you're watching TV, I want you to stand up every day for 1 minute. That's it, just 1 minute. And I want you to march, just 1 minute. That's it. Do that for 7 days straight, come back to me in a week, we'll talk. She comes back to the doctor and she says, I don't know what to tell you, doc. I didn't do it for a minute. I did it for 10 minutes. He's like, geez. I said 1 minute. She's like, yeah, but I started enjoying it a little bit. He's like, okay, well, I mean, you hit 10 minutes. Can we go to maybe 11? She's like, I think I can do 15. All right, whatever, go ahead. So she does that, and it goes on a progression like that, and 6 months later, she lost all the weight. She was eating right. She enjoyed exercising. Total transformation. What happened? She was able to take small actions that were able to slip right underneath the amygdala. And that's the second strategy, is that you want to take small little actions that get the momentum up and get the confidence up so that when you reach that saber-toothed tiger, it's not as scary, it's not as fearful. So just do those two things. Like I said, there's always going to be fear. That's just the way it is. That's the way our brains are wired. We're going to have fear. But the key is to implement these two specific strategies. Take action very quickly, within 5 seconds. Count down, use Mel's strategy, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take action. Because if you don't, your brain's going to start talking you out of it. And the second key is to take small actions that don't trigger that amygdala, slip underneath it, gain the momentum, gain the confidence. And then when you face fear, you're much more likely to overcome that rather than to be succumbed by it.